Hey guys, welcome back to Paracord Planet. This video is going to be kind of an update on our pace count beads project. We put a video out pretty recently that showed you how to make some elaborate pace count beads with Turk's head knots and diamond knots. And that's great, it looks really nice, but it also takes quite a bit of time to make. And so this is what ITS Tactical calls a field-expedient pace count beads. And then at the end of that, we'll be showing you how to use these new beads in our store to make a pretty simple version too. With that, let's dive in. So this version of the pace count beads only uses 7 feet of paracord. 3 feet for our center strands, and then 4 feet to tie all of our little cow hitch beads. So to start out, we're just gonna clip off 3 feet with your knife, because I'm sure you're out in the woods watching this. Then we're just gonna fold that in half. And then in the folded portion, we'll just leave a little bit of a loop and then tie an overhand knot. You want it big enough that you can actually cow hitch this onto your backpack afterwards. So I'm gonna leave, probably a good 3 inches of loop there. Like that. Then we'll go down a little ways. This top section can be a little bit shorter than the bottom one. We just want it to fit 4 of our pace count beads and then a little bit of space. And then we'll go down about 2.5 to 3 inches and tie another overhand knot. Right about there. We just want to leave enough to tie 4 beads and then a little bit of space afterwards. This bottom section is going to be a little bit bigger because we need to fit 9 beads on this length, plus a little bit of extra space. Once you have those tied, I like to just leave all my extra cord on the end so that I can adjust it and make more space if I need to as I'm tying my beads. So with that done, we'll take the rest of our cord. Again, you should need about 4 feet for this section. I was trying to be pretty conservative when I made it the first time, and it did use a full 4 feet. And so if you have a little bit of trouble cutting the ends as short as I do, then you might want to leave a bit of extra cord. So we're gonna take one end and just fold it over. And then take our core strands and put it over the top of that. Fold the loop around and put both ends, the short one and the long one, all the way down through that cow hitch. Should look like this. And then we're going to pull that tight, but we want to leave as little of slack on this side as possible so that we don't waste any cord. So I'm going to tighten that down mostly on this end. And you can make it small enough that you aren't cutting any cord off of that side, but then you run the risk of it not being as tight as it could be. So that's pretty good. We'll go ahead and clip that pretty close to the actual knot. The more slack we leave, the more that knot is going to loosen up on us. And this kind of makes a mess because we're cutting so close to the end of the cord. So then we'll take our lighter and melt that down good. Make sure you light your fire before you light your paracord. That'd be a shame if you can't eat because you're making pace count beads. So there's one completed bead that should fit snugly enough that it's not going to move on its own, but that you can pull it from top to bottom pretty easily. We'll make 3 more of those right below it. So this is actually all the waste that I had left over from that first section, so not bad at all. I'm gonna go ahead and make 9 more on this bottom section, and that'll be the end. So I actually have a buddy in the military that was telling me about some of his land navigation training recently, and he was saying that land navigation at night is especially fun. They basically have to pick out their destination using a compass, and then follow it without hitting any roads or getting too far off track. He said navigating at night is especially fun He gave me quick directions over the phone. Look at your compass, walk forward, jump into a bush. And that was about all you could do because you can't see anything in front of you. You can't use a flashlight to find your way because that could give you away to the enemy. So pace count beads are an important part of that. You can just reach up to your backpack strap and pull down the next bead for each 100 meters walked. So there's our finished pace count beads. We've got the 4 on the top and the 9 on the bottom. And this is really all the waste that I had. So it amounts to a couple inches. And then this one was only because I tried clipping it too close and it just kind of slipped through. So I was trying to be too frugal and ended up wasting more in the end. So this one's done and that works great. It's nice that it only uses paracord, but now I'll show you how to just use these beads for a similar one. So we're going to start out doing the same thing. We're going to take 3 feet and fold it in half. So a quick tip for how to find the length of cord you need if you don't have a measuring device on you is if you're close to 6 feet tall, your wingspan is going to be about the same. So for 3 feet, we can just go from fingertips to the middle of your chest, and that's going to be approximately your 3 feet. And now in the end of those cords, we want to melt those extra well, and I'm going to melt them together. And we'll have to be a little bit quick with our fingers so we don't burn ourselves, but while they're still pliable, we're going to take them in our fingers and push them together and kind of form them down to a point. There we go. Now we fit our first bead on. So now we can slide that up to the top. And we can do our same knots like normal. So the one at the top, the one in the middle, and one at the bottom. The top one isn't really necessary because it's going to be attached to a piece of gear, but just so that our beads don't fall off, I like to add one at the top. So there we'll add 4 beads, and then another knot, and our other 9. So there's the finished ones with beads. I really like how these turn out. Just very nice and sleek with no parts hanging off, so they won't get caught on the rest of your gear. One thing I should note about these while you're making it is that the hole is a different size on both sides of the bead. So this one is small and this other side has a larger hole, and that allows the beads just to kind of nest together. So you want to make sure that all of them are facing the same direction. So here are both versions side by side. I really like how both of these look, probably even better than the fancier version that we did in the old video. But what do you guys think? Let us know down in the comments. We'll put links in the description to where you can find the materials used for this project. So that's just the paracord and then those new beads that you can find in our store. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.